My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is March 8th, 2024. It is 1:35 a.m. This is video number 2. Video number 1 was on PYTE. I just did this little list regarding Meghan and Gina Davis, and I spoke about the International Women's Day appearance that Meghan will be doing, and a little bit things regarding Spare, Fragmore, some tweets that I came across while I was recording. I added. Okay, so now we're gonna do these. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this one because it's a long read. It's when we don't have when I don't come across any good things to share with you, I'll put it, but I don't think I'm gonna read it in this video. Okay, about 8 tweets. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, 10. I added 2 more. Okay, 10 tweets. Okay, so let's look at some numbers. Feel free to skip. All right, 3,829 subscribers. New subscribers welcome. Estimate revenue $152.64. I'm smiling because I just don't understand why the estimate remained that low when I have video every day. Some people are watching, and yeah, I could see the suppressed things. But anyway, analytic. This is for record purposes. Okay, so there's the same revenue. 3,930 views in the last 48 hours and the same subscription. So I had 58 new subscribers. Okay, so let's go on Twitter. And by the way, I had a video. Okay, you guys should subscribe to this channel, Our Port of Pure Service, because I talk about charities and many other things. And later today, which by the time you see this video, it probably already made public, there's this where I talk about the collaboration between Gina Davis and Meghan, and then I need to do another video where I talk about Gina Davis charity, because in my last video, which I just did a few minutes ago on PYTE, she's been doing that. Her organization have been in existence since 2004. I was not aware of her charity or organization, should I say. And then 20 years later, there's Meghan, another actress, come back to, I'm not saying her organization wasn't doing anything. I was not aware of it. So now Meghan came and put her on the map for more eyes to see. Okay, it's a group effort for us to fight those evil, pretty much. Okay, so I don't want to get too much into this. When I'm doing the videos for her, maybe more thought process will come in and I'll share them with you, but let's focus on this. Okay, so did I put the tweet? Nope, I did not put it. Copy, let's paste it. Okay, so first tweet, there's this here. I don't know why I find this headline entirely hilarious, but I do. A perpetually slammed down monarchy will doom the crown to irrelevance and death. Writes Richard Eden, we need the youthful energy of Prince Edward's children to help turn things around. Who knows? They might be as boring as the rest. I don't know. Have these kids been in public? They should keep the kids. I'm sorry. For some reason, I sort of like Edward, but the wife, the way she treated Meghan, I don't feel that same energy for Edward, even though Edward did something where I dislike, but still, that's a different form of like kind of thing. But the kids, don't get them involved. Make them go to school, learn something, graduate, and then they don't have to depend on the institution. Okay, because Charles doesn't even treat Edward with the kind of, was it, then he gave him, it seems like it was a pity title, and that title doesn't pass on to the son, so let them go do their own thing. Okay, and Harry and Meghan, forget Meghan, let me not put Meghan in that category. Okay, Harry is showing them how they could do it on their own without the institution. Okay, and then pretty much find a good partner like Meghan. Okay, each one find someone who's smart, who's not into the titles and these crazy things, la la land kind of thing, and to live their best lives. Okay, okay, this is funny. And then the other thing, as I was reading this as well, what did he say? Death. I believe it was 1 or 2 videos that I did yesterday, and I think I was reading Piers Morgan's tweet, and I think he used the word kill, and I was like, why these people are using this type of word? Can't there be something else they could use? Is that savagery mindset wording that they're using? I don't know. All right, so it crossed my mind as I was reading it. Let's read some of the comments. This is funny. Eden forgets Charles made Edward's dukedom non-hereditary. Look, I didn't even know this was there. Ed's children won't be working royals. Monarchy cut off its nose to spite its face. Now it's gasping for air. Excellent. Abolish the monarchy. There's this here. New national anthem. Did they change it? Okay, whatever is there, there it is here. Okay, Charles is greedy, Willie is lazy, and Edward's kid hate the limelight. Along with the extreme scrutiny it brings, Zara, Peter, and the young girls should step up to help their uncle. That's it. Not those kids, leave them alone. Okay, I think it's a bit sad actually. Don't the children themselves get any say in what they do with their own lives? Okay, from incredible adventures to heartwarming stories. Okay, that's an ad. Okay, can anyone name their kids? Okay, what is it? Did that person just mention it? Where was it? I don't remember on top of my head, but Edward children. Okay. Okay, I don't know. There's Lady something, and I forgot the name of the son. Okay, let me see if somebody mentioned it. Okay, Lady something and Lord her brother. I swear I didn't read this and I was like, Lady something, but I can't remember. I think he's a mint chocolate biscuit. Oh my god, that's ad. Marty and they can. I swear I can't. I don't remember their names. Okay, there's that. It's hilarious. They need charisma, energy, and personality in the monarchy, and none of them have it. Yeah, I don't think they have it. I know this little boy is coming for them. Okay, what do you expect from, was it Eden? A few days earlier, he had praised Beatrice and Eugenie. Tomorrow, he will bring Prince Louis into play. After all, he has a fan base. I don't know. So far, his energy I'm liking. He's already showing. I don't know why. He looks like... what are they suggesting? Dragging the younger kids out of school to cut... This is the thing here. I'm like, just stay in school and get something. To cut a ribbon somewhere. These royal reporters are far too creepy. That's an ad. The fact is nothing is going on in that family. So the voters have nothing to write about. They have a number of columns to fill per day. Hence the non-news. Prince Edward's kids and the youthful energy is often talked about round my way. Because none of the photos are giving youth of energy. Let's go to the next tweet. These people are crazy. Harry is showing them it can be done. Okay, so there's this here. I've been seeing it quite some time. Why do I feel like I saw it way before? Like 2 days ago. Okay. The toxic British media telling on themselves the royal family abused Meghan. They sold her to the toxic British media and called her a liar when she spoke out. Okay? This is the... Oh my God. Evil, evil, evil. And then they're laughing about it. God help us. Okay, 59 seconds. There will be screenshot, okay? Let's see what this BS is about.
But why is there this mystery about her illness? What is that? Is that just, you know, respecting personal boundaries, or I don't get it.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. I mean, the fact is that the royal family does have a huge amount of power over the British press in this country. Is that the royal family does have a huge amount of power over the British press in this country, and if you ever want any kind of ongoing relationship with the royals, which obviously everybody does, then if you were the one who goes straight over the top and broadcasts something, especially something deeply personal like Kate's illness, then you are going to be excommunicated from the royal pool, as it were. I do also think that there is a genuine sense, really, of concern, and it's not the only issue at the moment. Everyone knows that our king is suffering. Camilla apparently is going to have to take a holiday because
Oh my God, he's gonna have to take a holiday. Was it in one of those news people in the UK saying Charles doesn't have cancer?
What Charles did was a great thing with the prostate.
Well, he didn't tell us what. But hang on, he didn't tell us what cancer he had.
No, he did. Well, he didn't. He doesn't have cancer. But what he had was he was having a prostate procedure.
Yeah, his cancer.
He let it be known.
I mean, did he say that so people could feel sorry for him while he's being lazy? I don't know. So Camilla could take over? Oh my Lord. God help us. Baggage for God. But let's continue.
Stressed out about everything that's been going on. William has been out of sorts as well, to say the least, of public appearances. So I do think there is that element of respect, but that does not necessarily exist in the American press. And if someone does go over the top stateside, then it is going to be very hard to contain here in Britain.
But why is there this?
Whatever. Let me read some of these here. True info that GB News Black is new to the game, and even he has been briefed how the royal institution and the royal family operate. He's so new to the game, he doesn't realize he just let the cat out of the bag, as that saying goes. Was it in the docu-series where Harry was explaining how the royal rats work, the royal voters? Okay, the press is controlled by the royal family. That much has been clear. Trash rodents. Alright, I was not aware of that. Oh my God, I like that GIF. Let's go to the next tweet. They're telling on themselves. Oh, I read everything. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so there it is again. So I'm just gonna go by the caption. We just listen to it, unless if I let it play without saying anything. So royals who have protected Meghan shows us they are racist and didn't give a damn about Harry. Okay, so she retweeted that the fact is that the royal family have a huge amount of control over the British press and this country, and if you were ever to go straight over the top and broadcast something, especially something deeply personal, you will be excommunicated from the royal pool. And Netflix. Okay, so there's no comment to this. Let's see what Royal Suitors tweet has. I don't think it was the Royal Suitors that I say here. Oh, that's good. She goes on further into it. The Mail published Meghan Markle's letter to her father on the front page because they had a green light from the palace to go after her with no repercussions. And they weren't until she got her own lawyer and sued them. Even then, Prince William aided the Mail's legal defense. That's the thing here. Let's listen. Yeah, because they were giving Meghan the runaround. Okay, Meghan trusted them, the institution. When she realized they're giving her the runaround, they weren't gonna do a damn thing. So she went and got her own lawyer. And this is where they went berserk with her doing that. And then William still went. Okay, how dare him? I'm telling you, William is a huge baggage for God. How dare him sending his, what's the other one? Jason Kenoff to testify against her. Okay? As a matter of fact, God is good. The part that they brought in court actually highlight Meghan's case. Okay, because in some letters that Meghan was talking to Jason Kenoff, because Jason Kenoff had asked her, can I share this information with whatever the person was? Meghan said, no, it's just between me and you. This kind of thing. All right, I'll put the screenshot as I said, but let's listen to this video.
It was already clear to the media that the palace wasn't going to protect her. Once that happens, the floodgates open.
And I realized that I wasn't just being thrown to the wolves, I was being fed to the wolves.
Okay, that's just part of it, but that's not the part that where I was making reference to. But the thing is that Meghan is so smart. You know, she went neutral, trusted them, thinking they that authentic self-respect kind of institution, but instead it opened people's eyes how trashy they are. Okay, let me go into that. There's 23 comments. Okay, disgusting. And people keep saying Meghan is the one who stabbed her family in the back, and she will make amends with them too. Meghan move on. Once she realized who they are, she move on. People keep saying, okay, I read that. That is why Meghan will never ever forgive William and Kate if she was on board with that. That's very personal betrayal. I will never want to see these people again. Yeah, she's moved on. Horrible family and proof they never ever care about Harry beyond being a convenient distraction. Okay, I totally forgot about the letter. A letter is so much more personal than a picture of someone in a car on a public road. The hypocrisy is mind-blowing. So glad they got out of there. I covered this as on Pure YTE. The whole thing. I read the letter. Whatever that I came across, I shared it with you guys. Okay, I know the story behind it very well. Okay, so let's go back. Let me read some few here. So Harry and Meghan were right about the invisible contract and how the palaces purposefully fed them both, but overwhelmingly Meghan to the press wolf pack. Quote, they will tell lies to protect others but won't tell the truth to protect us. Hello, okay, that's something else. I still remember the day Piers Morgan realized royals won't protect Meghan. Okay, and that's a bad thing. Yeah, that's a bad. Let me see here. Of course it is. Would you like? How do you? My goodness. Okay, the abuse of pregnant woman to suicidal ideation. They participated in the racist abuse and bullying of Prince Harry's pregnant wife. They stayed silent when Prince Harry's children were racially abused. You are a bigot. Alright, what a disappointment you are, but I'm sure you've heard that often. Yes, okay, there's that. Okay, we know all about these things here. Let me bookmark it. I don't want to go too deep into it. Oh, what happened here? Let's go back. Okay, so let me get off of this. Many of the whatever is here, that's it. Let me read bottom up. Harry already told us they are in bed together. That's why people saying Harry should make peace are annoying at best. So far, the press keeps attacking Harry. The palace doesn't want peace. I just posted in one of my video. In one of my comments here. Okay, these people don't want peace. They can't live in peace. They sanction every news and attacks. Someone needs to put this video and what Harry has told us. We knew of the invisible contract already, but in the last 2 days, we have seen British media admit the royal family tells them what to publish. Thus, if they want someone vilified, they will tell the press to do so. Okay, case in point, Omid, they slowly phase him out because he then joined the hate Meghan train. That's it. Okay, just imagine how Harry and Meghan felt knowing his family sanctioned the press treatment of her, and it was Will's own aide, Simon Case. With Simon Case, I don't know if he did anything beyond. Okay, I'm focusing on the part where William hires him to do the paperwork. Okay, this is the premise, is that if Simon Case did anything beyond the how to phase Harry out of the working royal, if there's something else I'm not aware of. But with that, with what went in court, the documents that I read some documents, and then I read some articles that make reference to the court documents and stuff like that. Okay, this is where I'm putting my opinion on Simon Case only. If he did anything beyond that, I'm not aware of. Okay, keep that in mind. So with Simon Case, I don't think we should hate on Simon Case based on what I've said so far. But again, if he does something beyond his scope of work, then that's a different story. Okay? Okay, let me continue. Let's start all over. Okay, just imagine how Harry and Meghan felt knowing his family sanctioned the press treatment of her, and it was Will's own aide, Simon Case, that's right, he hired him, that drew up the agreement to remove security, okay, knowing how vulnerable Harry's wife and baby were. Okay, I know some people who saw the video said, you know, he could have said no and things like that. It depends what William tells him. Because if Harry was in the room when that was happening, then I will have a different opinion of Simon case. If he had heard both sides, but he only heard William's side to draft the paper. And William is higher up in terms of hierarchy when it comes to this thing with the institution. Okay, keep all these in mind. So he took a job based on William's scope of work. All right, all of this just bring us full circle. That family threw her and her children to the wolves. Look at this. They don't want to give them security, and clearly could have done something about it, but then they wanted to and still want to destroy her. Toxic British media is their weapon to try. What they didn't anticipate was Sussex Squad. That's right. What was it last week? We're still in the week. Yeah, they went after the squad. This was a revealing outrage from Patrick, what's his name? Patrick Christie? That's him. Oh, he said it without even knowing. Okay, this is how you get these people through a calm conversation. But if you're talking with them in angry form, okay, they'll put that defense mode. And this is why I say I do not want Meghan to interview me, because the way she makes, at least some of the interviews that I've seen her did with the 19, the very light conversation and things like that. Hey, you spill the beans without even knowing you're spilling the beans. Okay, and the way the guy asks that presenter the question, this is how you get the truth out of him.
But why is there this mystery about her illness? What is that? Is that just respecting personal boundaries, or I don't get it?
In a very relaxed mode. There was no argument. Okay, and he said it without even knowing, spill the tea.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. I mean, the fact is that the royal family does have a huge amount of power over the British press in this country. And
okay, this was a revealing outtake from Patrick Christie's. I have a better understanding of the royal voters journalist grift now. Harry told us, you probably didn't see the docuseries. The goal of the UK media, royal reporting, is to preserve access to the royal family, Kensington Royal, not to report truth that will enlighten Britons. And what was that? This is the thing here. The threat that they made to ABC to not publish. They have nothing significant to offer. Okay? The royal family have nothing significant to offer. This is why they're making themselves look so rare. They want themselves to be so rare where people want to know. So in order to know, they give you that little crumbs of things. Okay? The same tactic. They have nothing to offer, nothing significant. Look at this. The thing that they're giving out, patronages, titles, and this and that. What do these titles do if you don't have a mind and body to actually produce things? Okay? So if the title do something beyond, I don't know. I could understand maybe giving you a job position. I don't know. But if you don't have the mind to work and do the things, but whatever. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, they're making themselves look rare. That's all it is. Making themselves look rare, precious, like gold. People very rarely have that. They have to, this is why they put themselves in that pedestal. So people could have access to them, and they use it to make money. Okay? And get what they want. But anything than that, look at their patronages, charities closing down. They can't do it. They can't do it. They can bring, I don't know, whatever it is that they should bring to make those charities stay afloat. All right, next tweet. The way they are wilding tells me things are a lot worse than we care to imagine behind the scene. Okay, so let's see here. Content warning, sensitive content. The post author flagged this post as showing sensitive content. Okay, let's see this one here. A perpetual slam down monarchy will doom the crown to irrelevance and death. Okay, so that's the same spotlight headline that I read previously. Okay. We need the youthful energy of Prince Edward's children to help turn things around. Okay, Meghan Markle prepares for relaunch in UK. What the hell? Relaunch? And the UK? Are you kidding me? Duchess has reached out to British PR guru. What? PR guru for help as she battles a popularity problems and what? But many will turn it down because she and Harry have a reputation for not listening to advice. I think I'm sorry, just change the name to the Left Behinders. That's what I see here. This is just BS. So after I finished recorded this video that I'm talking in right now, I came across this tweet from Warrior Suitor. So it making reference to Harry and Meghan hiring a PR representative for the UK, and I need to look more into it. Okay, so I saw it and I put it on my community board, but I think this is what whatever this headline is making reference to, and I'm not 100% sure if what the Telegraph is saying is actually true, because Harry and Meghan have not confirmed it yet. Okay, so keep that in mind in this video. Maybe next video it might be, my opinion might change. Okay, so keep that in mind. Yes, what is going on? Fury as budget contain no defense spending rises but pledges £26 million to Prince Harry's and Victor's games as military expert warns if the armed forces are under-equipped, a lot more people will become eligible for those games. What? I go on our Part of Pure Service. I talk about the pledge that they make talking about. Okay? Go to our Part of Pure Service. The government has sparked fury after launching a £26 million bid to host Prince Harry's and Victor's game in the UK while failing to increase defense spending in this year's budget. Jeremy Hunt has come under fire for refusing to earmark any extra money to the British Armed Forces at the same time as splashing millions of pounds to bring the veterans event to Birmingham in 2027. Experts highlighted how the bizarre plan appears to be at odds with Invicta's aim to provide support for ex-servicemen and women, and warned that members of the already cash-strapped military could be put at risk. Lord West of Speedhead, who is a former Royal Naval Admiral, told Mail Online, quote, "I am absolutely amazed that the government have not increased defense spending in this." I raised my opinion and that when it was a video, by the way, when he made that pledge. Okay, go on our Part of Pure Service. I believe this is that's on right now. Is it? Yep, there he is here. This is him. Alright, I spoke about it on our Part of Pure Service. If you're not subscribed to this channel, our Part of Pure Service, you should. I don't put videos out every day, but sometimes I wait until I have several other tweets to share with you, important one, and then I should be making videos about charities. I haven't had time, but things like this, I put it over there. Oh, and I think in one of them, I probably have put it on this channel as well. But anyway, you should check all of my channels. Okay, let's continue. The way they are scrambling to say anyone between the age of 18 to 40 currently not working for the firm should be given a public-facing job tells me they know certain folks aren't coming back anytime soon. Okay, LOL, they're about to put the teens to work. I knew the British media was going to bring Lady Louise. Oh, there's her name. On the last tweet, we couldn't remember her name. Lady Louise and James Earl of Wessex up to be working royals. I don't know, for some reason James, there's something about him. I don't know what it is. Something special about him. I hope it's good. I don't know what it is, but I hope it's good. It's Lady Louise's first year at uni. Let the girl get her degree, graduate, and live a bit while at school. As for Jim, he hasn't even finished high school. Leave the damn kid alone. Yeah, that's what I agree to. I agree with that. GB News, Kate and William more important than Charles to royal family. Oh my god, the nonsense that they're spewing. Let me read what the squad are saying and then move on. The way they lie, who isn't the British PR guru? And not the one who's helping William right now, because what's going on? George and Charlotte are going to be stepped up next. Why does Meghan need a relaunch in the UK? British PR guru, my foot. Meghan doesn't need anything from British. She has her husband and children. Duchess Meghan doesn't have a popularity problem in any country. The royal family and British media, however, need help. Like I said, all you need to do is change the name. Okay? I don't know. Do they know that this type of thing, Meghan will not sue them, but they put her name instead? It's the other ones, the Left Behinders. They write anything for clicks and engagement is just beyond embarrassing at this point. Harry and Meghan don't need the UK for anything. They're doing just fine. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so now we are about Uncle. Is it that Uncle Gary? All right. So is Uncle Gary signing up as working royal now? And what world does Platel live? To think a wife-beating drug beater is a PR secret weapon. Okay, from my understanding, the reason that they're saying this word, okay, I was aware based on tweets that he was went to court and found guilty of this. Okay, being associated with him makes her looks like trash, complete and utter desperation. Okay, let's see here. Amanda Platel, 3 cheers for Uncle Gary, Kate's secret PR weapon. He's spoken up for her and told the truth about the Sussexes. Okay, let's see here. Did I respond to that? Is that the one? Yeah, that's my about an hour ago. The revelation that Kate's Uncle Gary Goldsmith had signed up to appear on Celebrity Big Brother was immediately followed by the news that he had been read the riot act by his older sister Carole. What? But anyway, let's see here. I'm really wondering if this is William trying to make Kate look bad. No one could believe this makes Kate look good. What women's or children's charity will want her and her abusive uncle representing them after this? What was it? Which channel did I put it? And one of my videos that I did, if you follow me on all 3 channels, you will know which one because I don't remember where I put it, is that there's a charity who called foul at ITV for having the uncle in that show. While I was reading some tweets and something like that, something came up to me and said, where was that charity when Meghan was in the UK? Because they are about women's rights, you know, to protect women who have been abused. So where were they? I put something on my community, but it's not, I schedule it for the 21st, like in 2 weeks, because I believe when I was reading some of the tweets, they were dragging the uncle. So I was like, I don't want to put it out now, so I dim down the noise of the dragging. So I wait in a couple of weeks, the 21st, for it to be public. So where was this charity for Meghan? Okay. Okay, so that's that. You may well be right. The tabloid have always cheered on Uncle Gary and bashing Harry and Meghan, but I've always wondering if they were also marking Kate regarding her family. To give reason, okay, when the guy is ready to, if that probably already done, to divorce, they could say many things. Does anyone truly think this man reflect well on Kate or that family? All right, so there's me here. I'm not gonna go to the Epstein thing and whatever. All right, let me just read it and then I'm not gonna show the picture. Uncle Gary Goldsmith is not even the worst of the royal family. Andrew must be investigated. That family. Okay, so there's me here, and then after that I move on. I hope that truth this guy is spewing is the actual truth, because Harry and Meghan are not under the firm's control. The court could be where everything might go. Once there, Harry and Meghan know their truth, they will not back down. These people really don't know how to live in peace. This is where I mention it. Okay, baggage for God. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. Okay, I have 4 more tweets and I think they're pretty long. Okay, so there's that here. I shared this on my community, but since it was a GIF, wherever I was able to capture it, okay, because it was, this is, okay, so I think it was already crumbled. You will not see that's what it was. Okay, next tweet. What happened to Heads Together after Harry left is the same thing that's happening to the British royal family. It's amazing that the Queen couldn't set her family up for success. To that point, the legacy of a true leader is what happened to their firm after they've moved on. Okay, there's that here. The men in suits are the real saboteur and this downfall, in my opinion. This bring back, okay, they were setting the institution to fail. The men in gray suits. And I said this happened the minute Queen Elizabeth's father passed. They probably told her one thing, and whatever her father was already, I don't know, giving her advice for whatever, because she was young, and who knows. Then after, you know, several years, once the father passed, many of the things that she was taught by her father have disappeared, and then men in gray suit tell her certain things to make it seem like this is the way things supposed to be when it's not. She didn't have the mindset to go and search herself because they know she will not do it. Okay, the buck stopped with the leader. It was her firm. That's another thing. And this is why Oprah was asking, doesn't the queen, I forgot what the word, Oprah said, but she's the queen. Doesn't she have a say? Her word should be final, isn't it? No, when it comes to the firm, but not in terms of laws and whatever. I agree, but the system was set up for servants to do their bidding because they felt it was beneath them. Remember, Queen Elizabeth II ascended the throne as a young woman. She wasn't groomed at that age to be queen. That's another point. Okay, she ruled for 70 years. That was plenty of time to grow into a position. I understand all of them. But the thing is that, so, like I was saying, once the father passed, let's say 10 years passed, you know, the memory of the father just disappear. Not fully disappear, but starting to fade away. Okay, because you don't see the person every day to repeat things to you or show you things. So whatever the father had taught her from the time he had passed, then as time passed, 10, 20, 30, 40 years passed, those memories are fading away. That's what I mean by, about the memory of the father disappear. It doesn't completely disappear, it just fade away over time. That's what I mean by that. Okay, memory of the father just disappear. Man in gray suit is telling her this is the way things supposed to be, da 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 da, and then man in gray suit learn the queen's pattern, knowing that she's not gonna double check. I don't know. Okay, this is pure speculation. If she's not gonna check what they say, so they went on and keep telling her BS. This is the way things go. This is that. This is that. And then before you know it, men in gray suit create their own conformity, their own rules for the queen to follow without her even knowing. If from the beginning she had double checked everything that they told her herself, okay, this is the way this is supposed to do, supposed to happen. Okay, put the paper on my desk, and then before she signed it, she did her small little research, whichever way. I don't know. Do they have a library at the palace for? Or ask the servant, can you bring me the book that has this information? And then she could read it herself or something like that. But if she knows, if the man in gray suit knows, she's not even gonna ask to see the rules that implemented whatever the BS the man in gray suit told her. So they say, oh, she's not gonna check. So they keep on adding more BS. Adding more BS. Before you know it, it's the rule of the man in gray suit that is being implemented. And then you have Charles from a young age. They've been grooming him. I've been saying this. They groom him to be that lazy to whatever certain extent. Okay? So now we're seeing the product of the men in gray suit, whatever BS they put in their head. But for some reason, they could not get Harry. Harry already knew, I'm not really into sitting at school to do all of this. I'm a military person. I want to move around. This is more exciting to me. And then look how he excelled. Okay? They didn't even know that by treating Harry that way, the way they treated him, will make him, enlightened. Not being able to give him enough resources, to buy clothes, to do all of this. Meanwhile, whatever money they give Harry, he learned to be not only self-sustained, but learn to manage his money. And now, being on his own, look, multi-million-dollar deal he's making, he pretty much know how to manage his money that way. Okay? So they were training Harry without even knowing they were training Harry. While they mistreating him, he learned from that. The feeling of being left out or giving scrap and do this, not having enough to do all of this. They were training him in a different way. And they're pampering the other one. You get whatever you want. This and that. Da da da. You want this? Hey, you don't have to work hard for it. There it is. So what do you get here? And I've said many times before, the way they treated William should have been more for Harry. Because they already know, I'm not saying go out of their way to pamper him and whatever, but still, it should have been somewhat a bit fair. But since this is the way they are, I'm saying the way they treated Harry, is the way they should have treated William. Why? That way, when he gets to the throne, he could understand what he has. Because treating him like a baby, anything is beyond him, he doesn't know value of anything. Okay, so because he could get whatever he want whenever he want, so him being on top, okay, he doesn't care. There's no value for him being the monarch. This is why I keep on saying I don't think he understands his position. Okay, so with all of this, it started since the Queen father passed. Okay, so there's that. Okay, let's see. In a non-global society, it worked for her, but Charlie and Willie don't have that luxury. They have existed in an advanced modern society and should have been prepared for it. Okay, agree? Yeah, they should have. But the thing, again, it's men in gray suit. The kind of what Harry said, they forged that agreement with the tabloid. The nonsense they put in their head, that's the other thing here. They made Charles believe to get to be popular, it's what is written on the paper. Meanwhile, ignoring the people. William too, and Charles, especially Charles, because he passed that on to William. What Charles should have get from the foundation of things is to learn not to go out, I don't know, maybe yes, go out of your way to please the people because you're getting the millions of dollars, pounds from the people. Go out of your way to make the people be comfortable. Live a comfortable life. Fight for them whichever way you can. I understand they said this is a constitutional monarchy, this and that. But if you speak on behalf of the people, I think you should be okay. In my humble opinion. I don't know how all of this work with the system that the UK have, but if he had spoken for the people, the little people, make sure people are not going hungry, everyone is happy, they're living comfortable, or live within their own, with their means, whatever means they have, they could live with it, not to be scrapping off where there's people who have job but they can't even pay their rent. Okay, I've come across some of those videos in the UK about the UK. I'm not talking about the US. The US have its own problem, okay? I just want to make sure you understand that. The US have its own problem. A lot of problem, okay? So if Charles had catered to the people, there won't be any problem. The papers could write anything that they want. But guess what? Whatever interaction he had with people, you will see them come out and speak the truth for him. He didn't need to pay them to say anything. The people will say, no, what the paper wrote, that's not true. This is not what I experienced with Charles. This is not that. But he never had that connection with the people. So the people is not gonna gain anything from for them being there. So if they had done that and William followed suit, look at Harry. Okay, he helped the people. Even though the paper is doing all this, they hijack every form of media, but you have the people on behalf of Harry. They're not paying me to speak for them. Harry's not, I never met Harry, and I don't think I want to meet them. And Meghan, okay, you cater to the people, you'll be all right. But instead, they put nonsense, men in gray suit, forge some agreement, with the papers and put BS on, or maybe it's the paper who pay the men in gray suit and say, start putting this BS onto their head so they could be obsolete or something. Make them, for the royals to feel like the papers are like air and water to them. I don't know. So, yeah, that's what happened. I lost track. Okay, so let's see here. Let me finish after this. Okay? She ruled for 70 years. That was plenty of time to grow into a position. Yes, but with my interpretation of things, this is the way that I think it happened. Anyway, okay? Remember, it's my opinion. Okay, and anon, I read that, agreed. My take is that the heir are pampered and so they grow up with no backbone. Okay, so there's this here. No sense of accountability, entitled, no sense of reality, emotional, unintelligent. Unintelligent and no strong work ethic because they have the British media that praise singers to cover up for their mediocrity, scandals and failure. That's it. Okay, look how far they're going to prevent the truth from coming out. What's going on right now? Where is Kate? You have the entire media covering for him. So that's that. They said, if you believe in us, you trust us, you play along with us, we'll cover you, but whatever. But still, the problems still remain. Okay, whatever happened to Kate is whatever happened. All right, let's go into that. Okay, the nanny's fawned over the kids rather than checked and bad behavior. Right on point. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, now I think Twitter have changed its way. Usually before, when I click onto a tweet, when I go back out, it brings me all the way back up again. But it brings me back where I left off. So that's good. Okay, so this is me here. Let me read this and then mine and then that's it. Seems it's now become a dead zone. Okay, they want to do the same with Invictus. Everywhere the UK goes, that's what they do best. Destroy. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, remember the tweet was about, I think, heads together. Here, that's what I was making reference to. Heads together. She's saying, what happened to it? We don't hear anything about it. It's poof. It's gone. What was it? Shout. They had a charity called Shout. And I think right after Harry left, there were issues. Disclosing people's private information going to a for-profit kind of organization. Okay, so that's that. Next tweet. And the year before the Queen's death, tabloids were briefing to expect to see William and Kate less often, specifically less often together. They were giving a surprise, very private fifth home, despite millions of pounds being spent on KP renovation. Okay, so that's a small thread. Even when performing royal duties together, they often arrive separately. Family photos were reused. The most recent Christmas card, a Photoshop mess. Okay, the Queen died and they move up a rung. Okay, that's was it Prince of Wales or what is it? Wales, yeah. What were they? Cambridges, and now they Prince of Wales. And then Charles moved to be the king. Okay, the appeal even more stilted in photos, with a few videos coming out last year of William pulling away and Kate looking distraught. Yeah, what was it? He was telling her, don't touch me. They went to a wedding. Chop, chop, chop. So, yeah, I mean, this guy have no respect for anybody. Okay, their youngest child started school full-time last fall, ending a major work excuse. Right after Christmas, Kate disappeared with no actual end or return to work date. William only did one public visit, a short one, and a flashy sports car. Or did he? No happy headlines of the kids making her cards or flowers. She's finally spotted, but the UK press won't touch the photo. There's that here. Okay, that was a nice little thread. Why don't they divorce? Who knows? Okay, why don't they divorce? They certainly in this day and age expect to live this unhappily forever, especially since they are young. And the thing is that with Kate, once she's divorced, one of the things that I said, if that was whatever happened in December 28th or something like that, and I was like, maybe there was some sort of a fight. This is purely speculation on my part. And maybe she was pregnant. I thought all sort of humble opinion. Maybe she was pregnant, and when they found out she was pregnant, they made her do some, remove the baby, all sort of crazy thing that pass in my head. But once she leave, and I don't think it would be very hard for her to get another man. I don't know if anybody would want to date her. Forget everything we know about her. Okay, the mumbles and all of that, forget all of that. But the fact that the connection with the institution, I don't think anyone will want to have that association. Okay, so let's continue. Why don't they divorce? They certainly in this day and age expect to live this unhappily forever, especially since they are young. If he was to divorce Kate and marry Rose, what other implication? Just look at what happened to Charles. That's it. Just look what happened to Charles. Presumably, he has to move quickly now before Kate becomes queen. Okay, which had already had millions spent on it only a couple of years before. Ironically, being a royal divorcee would be the true life of luxury with no demands for appearances or obligation. Catherine just hasn't realized it. The thing is that, like I just said, will she be... Well, she doesn't have to get remarried, but she could have still live in private and have a man who adores her, you know, and do things that lovers do. Because right now, I don't think she's getting it from William. Let me read this and then move up, and then that's it. William has the wife he deserves, and Kate has reached a level of fame she never had before by becoming a meme that people laugh at. I don't think we were ever supposed to look at William and Kate so closely. What's crazier is they probably didn't think they ever be scrutinized either, no matter what. See the tone of their tabloid response. Well, they put that on themselves. William literally did that to himself because Harry and Meghan were doing the work, but he went out of his way. This is the thing here. This guy don't know how to live in peace. He went out of his way to get his brother out of there, insert himself in everything Harry and Meghan, and then he pushed Harry away. Even still, despite all of the things that were happening in the UK with Meghan and Harry and all of that, Harry was still willing to work for the firm. But he grabbed a really technician to do the work for him. It seems like, based on what I read, it seems like Simon Case is really good at what he does. And he did it in a way where, hey, it was put in court document and he moved William push Harry out. Okay, all this, we could be upset at Simon Case or whatever. That's fine. But that was a job he was hired to do, and he did it by the heir to the throne. And he is higher up in line succession from Harry. Okay, so he went based on that, in my humble opinion. Okay, which had already had millions spent on it only a couple of years before. Okay, if he was to divorce, okay, I read that. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, I have another tweet. Oh, the rest of my tweets are from Henry VIII. Wow, she was sparing some good conversation. Next tweet. Two more after this. Is it from... Okay, so I bookmark hers. Let me read what's under hers and then maybe go into that as well. The fact that both the British media and the royal family apparently thought Harry would be perfectly fine third wheel this brother's marriage for the rest of his life is one of the sickest undercurrent of this whole episode. Honestly, this whole thing has so triggering for me. My oldest sister said I never had a boyfriend, and I knew I could never tell my mother I wanted to move out of state someday. Wow. My sister became physically abusive when I got a serious relationship. What? Are you kidding me? Let's see what some people say. Okay, let me... I don't want to read more about her. I don't even think I should have put it. So that's that. I'm reading, my comment is based on Henry VIII here. The fact that both the British media and the royal family apparently thought Harry would be perfectly fine third wheeling his brother's marriage for the rest of his life. Okay, this is what I'm making reference to. Okay, there's me here laughing my ass off. Harry then received that memo. He went rogue. Harry did it his way. All right. I guess Charles, Camilla, William, and Kate think only of themselves and what they want, no matter how that might hurt anyone else. They are all incredibly selfish and superficial. Harry and Meghan luckily escaped from that toxic family, and I think it took Harry a while to understand that. I agree with this comment. From the time Harry, welcome Kate into the family, do all of that, being nice to her and everything. Okay, and Harry grew in that institution. They groom him to accept this kind of behavior and all of that. So and he was hurting inside. I don't think he spoke to anybody about it. He was hurting inside until Meghan came into the picture and then saw what love really actually is. Okay, shockingly, William believed this as well. Crazy. Love loves the bitch. Okay, so let's read everything and then go. Maybe I should focus on that only. Add the British royal family treats Spare so poorly while demanding loyalty. Ditto for Margaret and I assume Charlotte and Louis. That ladders of performance and public speaks volume. What do they anticipated happening should the heir become unavailable? What animosity they cultivate? Oh, they thought it, expected it, and still want him to, minus the American family. Sick doesn't begin to describe these entitles. What I find sickening are the behaviors of the British people. They pay the royal family knowing they're toxic and support a tabloid industry that are also just as toxic. Like Harry have said, I mean, it's not all, but let me, I disagree to partial of this because not all of the Brits, okay? Not all of the Brits are that toxic, but we just hearing the noise. The noisemakers make it seem like it's the entire UK. All right, so Henry was responding to this tweet. So let me go into it and maybe read a few, maybe whatever's on that. Let me pause this. Whatever is on that. Okay, so there's mine. I read that. I went to that, so I'm not going to go into that. The royal tricycle may actually be the most absurd thing that the British media has ever come up. Okay, so that's the Harry, William, and Kate, them. Okay, so Harry's supposed to be there as the scapegoat for them. And given who we are dealing with here, okay, that's saying something. There's all of this. I do not want to go into that. Why William and Kate have a royal work problem? Why? Okay, so let me move on. The big issue not to close after 30 years. That's the papers. Okay, all these I talk about. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, I'm literally almost an hour. I could only add 10 more minutes to this video. Next tweet. This is Henry VIII again, who she's responding to. That's her tweet. Okay, I don't think it was just the money. I think the White Markles had been resentful of Meghan's success for a long time. Then she met Harry and those feelings went into overdrive. Okay, I think they were happy to sabotage her. Could be. Okay, I don't think the brother resented her until he realizes she wasn't going to let him make money off of her. They are lucky. There's me here 7 hours ago. They are lucky Meghan didn't sue their asses. Okay, the half-brother says something about their father's love being transactional and only invested in them if he could get something in return later down the road. I wish I could find that interview. Very interesting. Oh, there's a comment in there. Hopefully it is. Nope. Delighted he didn't get there as he was part of a gang to stop ruin the wedding, all put together for that very purpose. You do not touch a hair of God's anointed. Thankfully, everything went perfectly for Harry and Meghan. But you know what that shows actually? What the Harry and Meghan family have done? It's pretty much I think God already knew what was in store for Harry and Meghan. Okay? Eventually, where they are right now. So while they're fighting these people, allowed the universe, the global community to see what was happening. Okay, so when they are in that space now, look at the work that Harry and Meghan are doing now. Thank God I'm alive to talk about it while I'm here. I get to see what was before. And unfortunately, before Meghan met Harry, I wasn't following Meghan. I wish I was in that part as well, but I wasn't. So, like right now, the road or the thing that God had prepared for Harry and Meghan, it allowed the nonsense that was happening in the UK for the world to see. So that way, when Harry and Meghan are in that space that they are now, as they avoid those family members who let themselves known. It wasn't Harry and Meghan who pushed them to say, go show yourself to the people. No, they show themselves. So now Harry and Meghan are very clear. Two bright people, okay? A very bright couple. They see everybody for who they are. So now that space that they are in, those noisemakers, those power hungry or you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours type of people don't get into their circle. All right, we make a deal. If it's business deal, we make the deal and move on. All right, there's no because I did this for you, therefore you must do that for me. No, it's not about that. They believe on something, they agree with it, you align with them, hey, they'll work with you. Okay, so this type of infested you know, those evil people are outside of their circle now. So we know why Harry and Meghan are with the type of people they are around. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so they pretty much was showing themselves so Harry and Meghan could make proper decision. Can you imagine if what had happened leading up to the wedding? We know the family, this is the way they are. Can you imagine now that Harry and Meghan are doing their thing and then things started leaking? Okay, prevent Harry and Meghan from focusing on their work. Meanwhile, they're the one who's leaking to the, you know, I'm just saying, allegedly, if they were to do that, leaking to the public, and then Harry and Meghan, you know, can't really focus on their work and saying, who's leaking these things? I'm not even there yet. I'm not even finished with my work. Why these things are being said about the work that I'm about to do and things like that. Okay, so it's perfect. It is perfect. Meanwhile, you know, as Meghan and Harry would have probably wondering, you know, pulling their hair off, who's leaking all of this? Maybe they will never know it was a close family, but they already let themselves know. Okay, so it's all good. But unfortunately, she had to go through it in order for her to see it. Okay, so I was here. They are lucky Meghan then sued their asses. The half-brother said something. Okay, I read this. That's an ad. The other daughter definitely reeks of jealousy. That's that. Okay, I mean, despite, you know what, let me not get into it with what I'm thinking, because who just sometimes when you think you're okay and then one little thing happen, okay, you become a baby, start all over again.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.